What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. Back at you with another one. So today, we gotta talk about this LeBron James. The 20s is tougher than the 80s and the 90s and all of that. Right? So if y'all didn't hear the clip, I'm gonna let y'all hear the clip and I'm gonna be right back.
You'll be so pissed off about, at some point, like you said, there'll be a conversation that'll be brought up again, and hopefully we can kind of figure it out and get to a better place about it, because the game is different. Like, I want people to understand, and our fans to understand, that playing 82 games in the 80s and 90s is not the same as playing 82 games in the 2020s. It's just not. The way we play, the level of pace, the level of the speed that we're playing at, it's a different game now. It's a totally different game. And, it's a lot of soft tissue injuries that's happened now because of it. I hope we can get a handle on that as well, because that's big in our game. I think when I first came into the league, Reese, like, some of the biggest concerns of injuries was like, a high ankle sprain. You was afraid to step on somebody's ankle because there was 4 or 5 guys sitting in the paint. So, guys with athleticism, myself, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, to name a couple guys, sometimes you're afraid to take off into the lane because there was 4 or 5 guys sitting in the paint. And if you land on somebody's ankle, you get a high ankle sprain, you out 4 to 6 weeks. Now that's not really much of you don't really see that as much now because the game is so spread open, it's so much pace. But now you see the new high ankle sprain is the calf.
Right.
Hopefully we can get a handle on that from a medical standpoint. But it's just the game. I just want the fans to understand that the game is a little different. And, as NBA players, we definitely want to be out there as much.
Okay, so y'all heard that, right? The pace and they running up and down and all of that make the game more difficult to play than the 80s and the 90s. So I disagree. KG also disagrees. So I'm gonna let y'all hear what KG had to say, and I'm gonna be right back.
Trainers were talking about the lack of calf raises for some of the players to end their workout. Bro, we used to end a workout, especially on a leg day, calf raises. This is how I'm speeding up, this is how I'm stopping, this is my whole wiggle. If your calves ain't here. And on top of, whenever I go to finish, I gotta be athletic enough to finish, right? Bro, when you start breaking that down, like this is what Ticket talk about, that they out of shape. We practiced every day. We went up and down every day. Like a game. Like a game. So we 5-on-5 pretty much the whole season. With drills. With drills. And so now they come in and they doing a lot of individual work. With a trainer. So a lot of our shit was game speed. Right. With a trainer. And then in the summer? At half speed. Right. For 30 minutes. Right. And then they're gonna go play a 2-hour fucking game and think they gonna play. In the summer, we played ball. Ball, like, we played 5-on-5. For 7 hours. In the summer, they individual work every day. For 30 minutes. With one trainer. Yeah. And think that's gonna be the same shit. Like, what are we talking about here? Bro, motherfucker do a whole workout an hour by himself. I come in here, it's 5 niggas in one workout doing 30 minutes. Bro, this is not the same shit, bro. No. Then he gonna go run Red Mountain and try to kill himself.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring up. Ticket, you had a pretty, memorable...
I gotta guard a Tracy McGrady. I gotta guard a real nigga in fourth quarter, and I'm tired of my legs done. How do I simulate that? I gotta go play against people like this, and then I gotta take my body and try to kill it. Because when you, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. This is what them motherfuckers don't tell you about game 4, or game 5, or game 7. When you in mud, and they come down to LO, and they call in a triangle, and you gotta stop LO from Lloyd, and I'm stuck in mud, and my legs ain't even, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I get to the huddle, and 3-4 niggas is falling out. Motherfuckers don't wanna play no more. Like, bro, you can't simulate this. This is the foxhole you in. So you try to put yourself in simulate. He would go to, what's the dunes you go to? Oh yeah, the dunes over there in Manhattan Beach. I'm going to the opposite dune where it look like a whole mountain. Yeah. He doing that one, I'm doing this one. We both talking shit about what it take to get to the top. He talking about how he threw up. I talking about how I threw up coming down. He threw up on the way up. Like, Lord, who training like this? And why y'all training like that? Guess what? We get to the fourth quarter, we looking fresh. We dapping, yeah, nigga, you remember that? Right. Yo, Rich, nigga, let's get him in. Like, you know what I'm talking about? You feel what I'm saying? So that's what we do.
Okay, so y'all heard that, right? And I 100% agree with KG. Like, I think, they just not in as good a shape. Like, when did playing less basketball prepare you for basketball? Right? The workout is supposed to be harder than the actual game. That what prepares you for the game. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as like these calf injuries, right, and Achilles injuries, I agree 100% with KG. They're not doing calf raises. You know what I'm saying? And you out of shape and you not doing calf raises, right? Now, the thing about a calf raise is this. It's an exercise that stretches that Achilles, right? Like, I always did elevated calf raises. So I will be standing on like a stair and you drop down and you get that good stretch, right? That Achilles stretch is a hard stretch to get. And I feel like when you do it, when you get that Achilles stretch doing that good calf raise, that the ankle had that good flexion. You know what I'm saying? That's a tough stretch to get. So if you're not doing your calf raises, that foot is tight. That area is going to be tight. And you putting all that pressure on it, running and running and running and running and running. That's why y'all rupturing these Achilles tendon. Y'all need to get y'all calf raise game together, like KG said. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like LeBron saying like players is scared to go to the lane. Who? Listen. Wasn't none of them scared to go to the lane. T-Mac wasn't, Vince Carter wasn't, Kobe wasn't, Ray Allen wasn't. None of them was scared to go to the lane. Now that era, what made that era exciting was that was the launch pad era. They was trying to dunk on them 7-footers. You know what I'm saying? If they get a step, they beat the guard, they beat whoever guarding them, and it's that little space, ain't no help right there. Oh, they taking off. Oh yeah, it's all They trying to put it on that 7-footer's head. Go watch the highlights if you don't believe me. You know what I'm saying? Now, only thing I'll say they was worried about in that era was landing space. Not jumping on no dunks, but on jump shots. Because this whole landing space you can't get to, you gotta contest like you gotta contest jump shots now like training, right? You just kind of put a hand up and that's it. Back then, they was dang near chest to chest contesting jump shots, and you just had to move, you just fall to not land on somebody's foot. That's just what it was. Like all that landing space, it's a tech if you kind of step on somebody's foot a little bit. No, that wasn't a thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like the NBA came up with that and really enforced that until Jaja Batulia looked like he purposely got up under Kyrie Leonard. And Kyrie Leonard landed on his foot and was out for the remainder of the series when Golden State played the Spurs. That's when I feel like the NBA finally was like, all right, we got to do something about this. But prior to that, it wasn't no, go watch the highlights listen, y'all got to watch some film, man. Watch them highlights when Bruce Bowen all up, man, his right here at your chest when he contesting the shot. He is right, yeah. Ain't no landing space. That was what they was more worried about. And they still didn't have a whole lot of injuries like that. They played through it. They're gonna tweak the ankle a little bit, they gonna keep playing. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's in shape, more so than anything. So y'all tell me what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one. Peace.